Hello, hello, my dear friends. Welcome to La Cantina. We're back on another Monday evening, and the Mew is so happy to see you all. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. I see we're already at 26 friends in world. This is amazing. I love every single one of you. Welcome. But before I get into some names, let's do a special shout out to Bucktown MMA. Thank you, Bucktown. Oh, I'm so sorry. I've been talking while the music's been blasting. Welcome, and as I was saying, welcome everyone. Thank you so much, and I'm so happy to see you here at La Cantina tonight. Before we get started, I want to give a special shout out to our friends over at Bucktown MMA. Big shout out to Jay Isip. I see him out there grinding. He just opened up his barbershop, and he is flourishing. So if anyone's in Vegas, in Las Vegas, make sure to hit up Jay's barbershop. But that's not what we're talking about right now. We're talking about Bucktown. Make sure to head on over to bucktown.org/support. There you could read a little more about the program. Bucktown is a mixed martial arts program that is focused on empowering young combat athletes all around the world. So if you head on over to the website, bucktown.org/support. There you could read a little more about the project, see some pictures, as well as even pick up your very own Bucktown merchandise and NFTs. All proceedings go back to the program. Alrighty. Now looking around the room, I want to remind everyone, I don't know if it's actually working, so I'm gonna go, but make sure to claim your OP badge if it's working here. Let's see, I'm going to click on the button and it says that the time period is over, but let me go to my OpenSea. Maybe my OpenSea will say otherwise. Yep, my OpenSea did claim the OP badge, so make sure to get your OP badge, even if it says session over. The session ain't over yet, my friends. All right. Now back to serious matters. Getting back up to the stage here. Welcome, Cartoon. I see you down there. Gotta take the elevator. Hey, what's up, chillins? Great to see you, chillins. Thank you. All right. Let's see. Let's get back in position. Ristan was showering the Mew with hearts. Okay. Anyway, we're back to where we were. Welcome, a kid called Beat. Welcome, a kid called Make. Hello, Cartoon. We got Chillin' in the house. Hello, Dr. Drip. And of course, if Dr. Drip is here, we have the lovely GM around here. Welcome, Fitty. Welcome, Empress Trash. So nice to see you. And oh my God, girl, you've been killing it. Let's see, going down the line, we got Graphical in the building. Welcome, a J Name. Hello, Kai, welcome Lastrum. Hello, lovely 17. So nice to see you. Max, welcome. Mohedi, we got a Merry Elf. And if we have one elf, I'm sure there are other elves around. Welcome, welcome, Nadi. Oh, Nadi, so good to see you. Welcome back. Thank you so much for pulling up to be on the NFT. Old guy, my good friend. Hello, hello, hello. We got Paul Jong in the building. Yo, Paul, welcome back to Decentraland. Unless this is the compromised wallet. I will just in case, Paul, you may need to confirm with some of us, but to our understanding, that wallet might be compromised. So maybe if this Paul Jong wallet sends you a link, maybe don't click on it, guys. I'm not too sure yet. I'm not too sure. Paul, the real Paul, please confirm with me. Rustan, welcome. Shamanego. Oh my god, it's been a while since I've seen you, but welcome back. Thank you so much for pulling up. Scat Lion Rock is in the building. Mew Mew loves you. We got a sleepy waifu. We even have a sultry doves in the building. Welcome, Spooky Bear. So nice to see you. And hello, Stink Eye and Ziv Moon. Welcome, 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 my dear friends. And if I missed any names, I'm so sorry, but Marversal, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much. And if I missed any names, I'm so sorry, but just know that Mew Mew loves you all. I'm very excited to kick off tonight's show. I have Thyrevolution in the backstage, as well as a surprise guest that I wasn't sure was that I didn't know was coming today, but they're here. So the show must go on. all right, my friends. Please stand by, and we'll be back shortly. Once again, make sure to get that OP badge. It is downstairs. If you take the slide over here, you will make it right into the OP badge. All right. Thank you, everyone. Welcome to Beyond the NFT. I'm your host, Sinful, and tonight we're joined by the high energy community builder, Thyrevolution, founder of Community of Communities. With over 5 years in Web3, they've been connecting projects and people through their weekly spaces, supporting communities with friends like Doglings, Bacon Sandwich Crew, and Crypto Tony COC. All while spreading that signature positive add a plus energy. Get ready for inspiring stories about building real connections, hosting epic spaces, and what it takes to grow a meaningful community in Web3. Let's go beyond the NFT. Welcome, Thyrevolution. How are you, my friend?
Hello, I am very well, thank you, Sinful. Appreciate the opportunity tonight, but yeah, definitely excited to have a nice conversation with you. And yeah, hello to everyone that's watching and listening. Thank you for being here as well.
Yeah, everyone here is excited. Between sharing the YouTube, everyone's getting ready to go for tonight's episode. We're up to 30 people in the world, and so I usually like to begin every episode by passing the microphone over to our guest in case I did you no justice with my intro here. Allow you to have the opportunity to introduce yourself to everyone and say hello. So the mic is yours.
Yeah, awesome, thank you. Yeah, so my name is Mickey. I am from the northwest of England, also known as Thyrevolution, and I am the founder of the Community of Communities. So yeah, thank you for this opportunity tonight. Definitely really excited to dive into a nice conversation and appreciate everyone that's listening in and watching in the metaverse. I think that's just absolutely awesome, and that's what this is about: is creating experiences, connecting, and meeting each other where we're at. So yeah, definitely really excited about tonight. So thank you for that, Sinful.
Yes, of course. And I see that the bacon sandwich has popped back in. Do you want to come on in and introduce yourself, Bacon Sandwich?
Yes. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Loud and
Excellent. So I'm having a few issues getting into the metaverse right now. Not because of Decentraland, but because my device is awful. But I'm here. I'm from London, which is the south of the UK. Thyrevolution is from the north, so there is a natural rivalry between myself and Mr. Revolution over there. But it's all good. It's all kindness. It's all love.
We're so happy to have you here. And by the
Co-founder.
way, I wanna also mention that Decentraland is also on mobile in 2026. So if you're on Apple iOS or on Google Play, you can definitely tap in through there.
that's awesome. That's awesome.
That's what I was trying. That's the route I was trying, but my mobile device is not very good. So I think I need an upgrade like real soon.
And I'm sorry, I don't think you were finished with your intro before I just butted in. My apologies.
Oh, you're good. You're good. I left empty space. That's totally my bad. But yeah, I'm the Bacon Sandwich co-founder of the communities. Been working with Mickey for years and years and years now. I love what we do. I love what we've accomplished. I love where we're going. But yeah, I'm here to answer questions. You can dive in, like who is communities? What do we do? How do we get here? All that good stuff.
Nice. Can't wait to get started. And then we also have Crypto Toe in the building. I don't know if they're open to speaking with us tonight. If you are, feel free to open your mic and go right ahead.
Yeah, these gentlemen, I think, just come for moral support tonight, just to be here to support the conversation and the event themselves. But yeah, no, Tony is also founding member as well, and as is Z3. We do have a few other members as well, but of course time zones, so not always applicable. But yeah, we have a core team of 7. So we've got Doglins, we've got Hangry Andy, Crypto Tony, Z3, the Bacon Sandwich, Miss Evie, and myself.
And all of you are based in the UK?
No, 2 are in Wales, 1 is in Texas, and the rest of us are in some part of England.
I see, I see. Nice, nice.
Of Christian in Europe.
Sorry, yeah, Christian as well. How can I forget Christian, who's in Holland? So Holland, Texas, Wales, England. Yeah.
Nice, nice. And so, I mean, a team of 7. So, I mean, that's a pretty cool team to have. It's always nice to have a big team, especially with projects like these, like communities of community. It's like you, just from the name itself, like what I first envision is like a community that's bringing other communities together. And I mean, and I'm sure we'll dig a little deeper into the story here. But before we get started into communities of communities, I wanted to kind of like ask you, Thyrevolution. You've been in Web3 for about over 5 years, networking. And what first drew you into the space?
Yeah, so the first thing that drew me in was content on social media around Bitcoin. That was when I first kind of heard about the space. But there was a token called Pi Network. It was like an app. You've probably heard of it that you can download on your phone. And one of the people I used to work with suggested that I downloaded it. So, of course, the natural instinct was to kind of do a little bit of digging, do some research. And it's not actually mining, of course, but it sort of symbolizes mining for future allocations. But in doing research on that ecosystem, it naturally drew me to other content around stuff like Bitcoin, and it kind of like clicked a thing in my head because I'd heard a few people kind of mention it a couple of times in the past, but I didn't really understand what it was. And my interest just kind of really grew as I understood the significance of this kind of technology and its capabilities. So it was from someone I worked with that suggested downloading this app, and then me doing my research. And I always wanted to be a content creator. I just didn't have anything to kind of make content about. I was really inspired by sort of inspirational, motivational content, things that would kind of like help move you or inspire you to kind of, you know, look inward and elevate yourself into, you know, growth. So when I found out about this technology, I was so inspired by it and amazed by it. I kind of felt the urge to kind of dive in and tell people about it. So I started learning about it, and then I started to kind of toy with the idea of making content, which I started over on TikTok. And then that was how my journey started, which obviously I can dive into a little bit further in. But yeah, so it came through the Pi Network app. That was what kind of brought me over to blockchain technology.
Yeah. Oh, nice, nice. I'm sorry, I'm reading a chat here. Make a NFT. Can you confirm if you could hear me on Twitch? I mean, I do have my sound on, and I don't see any other friends saying that they can't hear me, so I think we're good everywhere else.
Yeah, fair play for multi-streaming. It's very difficult.
It is. I think one of the biggest difficulties with multi-streaming is keeping up with the chats on multiple platforms. Like,
yeah, just keeping up with one chat is a challenge in itself, especially whilst trying to, you know, lead a conversation.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Like on my Saturday spaces, I find myself, well, on every space, honestly, and I hate myself for it. I find myself just like focusing on Decentraland chats, and then like all of a sudden, like 3 hours later, I like check my other chats, and I'm like, oh my god, there were questions.
Yeah, totally understand it. It is really difficult, especially when it's a bit active in multiple places. It is really difficult.
Yeah, yes, indeed. Yeah, I asked you what kind of like brought you in, and if I'm not mistaken, Pi Network is still going on, correct?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I keep my eye on it from time to time, but obviously I had no experience of cryptocurrency or blockchain prior to learning about it, other than hearing about Bitcoin once or twice. I think it was twice, but like a couple of years apart. But when I first heard about it, it was kind of explained like it was some sort of like gaming currency. So I just thought it was, nothing really. So once I'd learned about Pi Network, and then obviously there was a lot of comparison to Bitcoin, which is what led me into learning more about Bitcoin. And I understood, Bitcoin is, the first and, most robust, original, actual blockchain, and that Pi Network was more of something that was in the making. So once I started to understand that, I started to dive a little deeper over to the Bitcoin side and the Ethereum side. And, I'm no expert at all. I'm just really enthusiastic about it and really optimistic about the technology's capabilities, which is kind of what pulled me in to making content. And then from there, I began to meet other people. There was people commenting on my videos and coming back to other videos. And that was when it kind of unraveled, and I started to learn more about NFTs and then the metaverse. And, there was communities tied into these different things, which we can unpack further into the conversation. But it kind of unraveled quite slowly and gradually over time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Usually what happens, and I mean, like, it's like, at least from what I've learned about you, you're like in this space for like 5 years or so. I think same for me. And I mean, like, you could be in this space 24/7, like, and you're still kind of new to it in a way, because the space is always moving so fast. There's always something new happening, something new coming out. So
absolutely. I made a joke on a video once, basically saying that I was like 2 years into my journey, and I basically said after 2 years I've realized that I know absolutely nothing.
No, that's basically it. I mean, even at 5, I absolutely don't know anything either. I know how to buy my tokens, I guess we can say, and not to click on links, but the space
not
is
to
just
click on
so
links on the
fast.
internet. It can be quite difficult.
Exactly.
But that's it, and it's quite interesting, isn't it? Because like people will have a perception. If you say like you make content on a certain thing, they kind of get the impression that you either are or think you are some sort of expert. But like, I am far from that, and I've never gone from that perspective. I like to speak to people to learn more. That's kind of like how this journey kind of started, was wanting to speak to people who were experts. That was kind of what sort of kickstarted the beginning segment of this, what we now call movement.
Mm-hmm. And so then going over to bacon sandwich, the bacon sandwich, like kind of the same question. What brought you into the space, and like how'd you find yourself in this chaotic show called Beyond the NFT?
Yeah, right. Cool. How do you unpack that? So I've always educated myself on the edges of technology, and obviously things like Bitcoin stood out. I went through a journey of like learning about money and how all that stuff works, and then realizing how broken it is, and thinking, okay, this is a problem. It's not a case of like, will we run out of money? It's a case of we've already run out of money. We ran out of money a while ago. So I figured that then there has to be a better way. So I looked at alternatives, and Bitcoin really stood out as a new asset, without boundaries, without censorship, and I like the idea of that. So I then educated myself on that, then became a bit of an expert in the matter, and started to make educational TikToks to share the knowledge that I'd picked up and to answer people's questions. And people would throw the classic, oh, shall I buy this coin? Shall I buy that coin? Shall I buy this coin? And I wouldn't advise people on what coins to buy. I would tell them what I know about those coins, but I would never tell people to buy any particular coin. Tell a lie, actually, I've told people to buy Bitcoin and sell Bitcoin as well. But other than that, I've not told people to buy into all these fancy shiny coins all over the internet. And that's how I met Mickey. I mean, TikTok's really good for helping you to find your tribe, and TikTok successfully helped me to find my tribe, and Mickey's tribe, and Tony's and Z's, and we just built out this massive network by connecting with other creators, starting to appear on each other's lives. So we'd support each other and turn up to each other's events and get involved in the discussions and things. And we kind of created like a sort of a small network within TikTok, within the Web3 niche, and from that we built lots of friendships and lots, and we started reaching projects directly, NFT projects, PFP projects, and musicians and all sorts of people. And we were like, we could really utilize this network. So we then decided to branch out to other platforms. So we looked at places like LinkedIn. We set up a Discord, Telegram. We went over to X, and we were like, oh, we like it over here. There's loads of crypto people here. So we kind of started building out on X with these interview shows that we do. So we bring people in to come chat with us, much similar to what you're doing here. To talk about who they are, what they're building, how they get there, and all the good questions that you want to ask a founder to know, where, not just what it is that they're building, because anyone can go into a room and go like 10-minute shill and go, that has a certain value in itself. But there's more value to be had with the longer conversations, so you could really understand the person as well as just not just the thing that they've created as a founder.
Yes, indeed. And oh, wow. I mean, I'm just, so what I'm noticing here, at least from both of you, is like TikTok natives in a way found your tribe through TikTok. I mean, oh boy, I was sitting over here like I've had a completely different experience with TikTok. I feel like TikTok pushes me away, but I guess it makes sense on your end because you two were like more focused on the educational side of content creation. I was like just showing off my parties on the metaverse.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. It was tough for the fact that the platform wasn't too friendly for this sector, which is kind of what led us to other platforms. But the algorithm was really good at kind of creating bubbles around certain subjects. So it kind of felt a lot bigger than it was at the time because there was a lot of activity around that sector because of the algorithm brought everyone together. And it kind of gave you the impression that you were sort of reaching the world when in essence you was just reaching that world. So once we recognized that, we moved into other places and tried to get a feel for different platforms and was it accommodating, was what content was it okay with, and got a better understanding of just social media in general really. Because one of the things that kind of really sparked our passion was people behind this technology. Is people, it's the people behind the camera in the chat sections, and that's kind of what we really resonated with, and we appreciated the platform for that, whilst also recognizing it kind of suffocated the space we was in as well. So we was kind of fortunate to find places in which we could kind of continue what we started building as we kind of progressed through our journey, because that was kind of, and I'm sure a lot of people in the space have had the same experience, as I know we may have come from different places, but we're all on a journey, finding out what skills we have, how we learn, what we resonate with, who we resonate with. But one of the really powerful things that we kind of learned on our journey was not so much what you can get from people, but what people can bring out of you. And being with the right people and in the right environment, it can really change how you grow and who can bring things out of you didn't see in yourself.
I love that. Nice. And very true about I mean, it's what people bring out of you, that's for sure. Personally, I always say it, and I never take and neglect to say this Decentraland community really brought the real me out. They brought perhaps who I was truly meant to be. I mean, I wasn't a show host before this, and I think I've shared this with you on your spaces a couple weeks back. I was just a video game streamer and turned show host over here.
Yeah, it's awesome. I'm glad you've said that, because that's something we've recognized through, we've done almost the full 5 years. but sort of as a thing. You know, we was doing like AMAs and interviews on our TikTok live shows, but when we came over to X, that's kind of like what the main focus was the spaces on X. And
But it
one
wasn't
of
really
the,
structured before, was it, on TikTok?
Yeah.
We structured it when we moved over to X.
Yeah,
That
that's
it
it.
gave us
We
more
kind of
of a structure there.
Yeah, we kind of leveled up and kind of got more serious and tried to be more professional. And, you know, we started to learn about, you know, how to structure a team, how communities work together, you know, what impact we could have, how we could have the impacts. But one of the things we recognized in a lot of the conversations we had with the people we've been fortunate enough to speak to is a lot of people in Web3, it seems, came for one reason but stayed for another. Like, you know, I mean, I can't speak for you, but, you know, I came because of Pi Network and Bitcoin, but I stayed because of the people and realizing, you know, there's a place for me here and I can progress into being something I wasn't expecting. You know, I wasn't expecting to be a content creator / video editor or space host. You know, that sort of stuff kind of grew with it, which it sounds like you had a similar experience, which is just really cool.
Yes, correct. Yeah, and yeah, more or less, yeah, you can't speak for me in that aspect. Like, I came for the NFTs and the cool technologies, and I definitely stayed for the people here. Mew loves you all, my friends. And so, okay, I guess my next question is like almost like somewhat a 1.5 part question for both of you. So you two can fight amongst each other who wants to answer what part. Like, okay, so first question is how did the idea of community of communities come about? And the second part of it, what made you want to build communities?
Great question. I mean, the first question, I'll answer that if that's all right, Bacon. So we started out as content creators. So we were individuals, but it became apparent that we shared a similar passion for community and unity and togetherness and growth and entrepreneurship. And we made content for projects that we believed in, not for cost, but for the love of either the artist or the project or the community. And one of the things we started to recognize is some people wasn't as active or as visible, as others. And that was because they were on their own. So there'd be an artist that would be working on the artwork, then they'd be working on the website, then they'd be trying to make content to kind of let people know where they were at. And they kind of was sort of struggling to kind of put stuff out there. So me personally, I grew a passion for wanting to use the content creation skills I was learning and my passion for creating content to support these people and projects in those areas. And long story short, once we started making content for a few different people that we really resonated and vibed with, somebody asked a question of how do you scale this? You know, it's all right now while there's, you know, 10, 15, 20 different people or projects, but what happens when there's 200? So that question kind of absolutely stopped me in my tracks, really, until the answer was to create one thing that highlighted everybody. And that was when the community of communities was born, which is one thing we can talk about, highlight and point to. And as people look into the community of communities to see all of the different people and projects and ecosystems and individuals as well within that one ecosystem. So that was something that we recognized we felt we could bring to the world, was to kind of be a bridge or like a communal hub and a centerpiece for people to come and talk about and showcase and be a part of. And a lot of people who are building aren't always able to be as proactive in the community or even on socials to grow their social media to reach more people. So as we've continued making content and hosting shows and, you know, reaching larger audiences and, you know, more not higher skilled, but people further into the career, we were able to kind of create a platform that projects could come back to later down the line with updates and, you know, progress that they've made, and not kind of feel as if they're sort of lagging behind because they can't keep up with, you know, making the project, doing what they do, doing the socials as well. So yeah, I know that was a bit long-winded, but I hope that answered the question.
Yes, for sure. Would you like to chime in there, Bacon?
Yeah, just to, I thought I'd sort of touch on the second part of it. So we wanted to create value. We saw a lot of value extraction going on in regards to the general attitude to the crypto space. And so we decided we wanted to provide something that had value. We had lots of friends, so we were like, okay, how do we shine a light on all of these friends that we have that are doing all these cool things? Some people saving the world and some people doing all sorts of cool stuff. How do we highlight these people? And the idea of the communities book came about, and then we've then pursued that by getting people to participate in this thing, and we 48 projects, Rev, is that correct?
42. 42 projects, 56 pages.
Yeah, that's it. So yes, we came up with the concept of the community book, and then since then we've been working hard on creating this publication that you can probably see, Mickey. There's a publication right next to you, sir. Yeah, there you go. So
Hey.
put it in front of the screen so people can see it.
Yes, please. Oh my
Go
god.
up close, Rev, up close. Feel
That's
the screen,
it.
feel the screen.
Yeah, I'm making him bigger too.
There
I'm
we
making him
go.
bigger too so that everyone can see.
Yeah.
That's it. There's a squad on the back. So we've meticulously gone through and curated every page for each individual project for them. Each of the stories is different. They're all in different worlds, although some of them you can see are clearly connected. We've curated the artwork to incorporate their characters into the scene of the story, and we've done a really good job of that. The art is varied, and it took a lot of time to put these together.
Yeah.
I mean, this was hours and hours in the chat. I mean, the thing is, it took a while. I mean, from the first person that bought the first NFT to final production was approaching 4 years. We didn't get to the 4 year mark, so there were lots of people that had kind of given up. But I don't think they realised what we were creating. So that's now done. That's
the
now
goal
out.
behind the whole thing is collaboration over competition. So our goal is always to try and sort of provide a network for collaboration to take place and hopefully slow the space down a little bit, which is why when we do our spaces, we do a 2-hour show with 2 guests giving each an hour each to kind of unpack what they're building, so people have got the time to sort of ask questions, learn about it, but also the book kind of replicates that, where we're showcasing collaboration over competition, and also same with the community of communities having one thing to sort of point towards that's got many ecosystems inside. The book kind of reflects that as well, with one book with lots of projects inside, and people's NFTs. So each project usually has a character. So, and if it didn't, we could create one, but their NFT character played a role in a story that we told. So it was fun that we was able to kind of utilize the backstory of the project or the backstory of the people responsible for the project to kind of create a story for their character to kind of be the lead role in. Sorry, Bacon.
That was really well put, dude. That was really well put. About how some obviously have characters, others don't, and we've managed to create characters for these projects. They can now potentially use that and run with it and create a bunch more content around that concept if they wanted to, or use that story as a platform to create a whole world of more backstory for their brand, and these characters they may have created or not created already. So but yeah, no, it's really cool. I mean, I've really enjoyed helping put this, do my part in putting this thing together. I think that the team have been instrumental in the team effort of the story creation and the artwork. I mean, Thyrevolution is the paintbrush in this thing, and I have lots of amazing and wild ideas of what we can do for these pages, and Mickey has pretty much nailed it every single time, because we know how to work together, and we know how to disagree. We can argue like brothers. It's, so
Yeah.
but it's good. It's good though, because you know we worked really solidly. The team had input on all aspects of the book. A number of books got printed and sent out for the team to verify before we went to the main prints. Make sure there's no spelling mistakes, where the full stops in the right place, there's no dodgy spaces anywhere. Make sure this thing is polished and ready to go. We didn't want to have to make changes in retrospect.
Because we just want to enjoy the space as well. Because we're so enthusiastic about the technology and the people, and we learned so much off the people we've spoken to, and just being here as well. As I'm sure it's the same for you and everyone that's listening. Is you don't realize how much you're learning or have learned until you start having conversations with people and you get asked a question and you're able to answer it in more depth than you realized. So like the book was kind of a way for us to kind of enjoy the technology that we were so enthusiastic about, and we really support purpose and creativity. I mean, I can only speak for myself, but I feel we were created to be creative, and I feel that we kind of find ourselves when we tap into that. So this was our way of kind of tapping into that creativity, but also celebrating the creativity that already existed through the different characters that we were thankful that participated in the book of stories that we were able to tell. So hope that answers the questions, and I know it's a lot to unpack.
But I mean, an amazing story, and definitely just getting a little bit of concept of like what led up to the book. And I mean, I think it was Bacon that mentioned it was basically like a 4-year journey to get to the point where you've made it. And I think it was you, Thy, that mentioned like not everyone made it due to the fact that it was such a long journey, and no one was really seeing the vision until the vision was really put out there for the world.
Yeah.
To be fair, there's only 4 projects that don't exist in any capacity now.
Hey, I mean, I don't see it as the end. In all honesty, I see it as a potential re-entry. Any thoughts on that, or are the projects just completely gone?
Yeah, it's kind of a hard one to. Yeah, it's kind of an hard one to answer, to be fair. But that was one of the challenges around the creation of the book. So, not to dive too deep into a long-winded story, but we created the book in a way where it was sort of a standalone entity. So, if the projects exist or not didn't really change. It's a storybook. So the goal was a kind of double-edged sword, really. So the one side of the Web3 world, who will know that these are different Web3 entities, and not only can you tell the story that they have, the story of who they are is a story in itself. So if you understand, if I was to get one of the stories in the book, I could read this story, but then I could also talk about that project as well and sort of unpack that. So when I'm reading the stories to my children, they always ask, who are they? So then I could kind of dive into who they are and what they've done, which is really cool.
So cool.
But also for people outside of the Web3 world, it's a book of stories, and they can appreciate each book as a story. And if the project doesn't exist, then it's just a story with a character. And if the project does exist, then they are then able to kind of point to the book and say, we participated in this book, and our goal is to, as we progress through our journey, wherever that may lead us, we can continuously talk about the book and highlight it and show it, and hopefully people will check it out and read it as well and enjoy it, because it's available on Amazon, and it's 56 stories, so you could read one story a week for a year to your children, for example. And that's another side of because it's kind of multi-layered. We want people to read, we want them to tap into being creative, and at the back of the book there is a page for people to draw their own picture and a couple of pages for them to write their own story as well. So hopefully if people or children are inspired by what they read, then they've got an opportunity to kind of be creative as well.
But to this point, have you seen a potential sequel to the book by any chance, or a version 2? Like, is that
Yeah.
within the horizon? Well, take it away, Bacon.
Funny you should say that, because yes, we do plan to do more books. There is a plan to do 10 books in total. With the second book, what we want to do is we want to focus on this at the moment before opening up the mint for the second book. So yeah, we just want to. What we also want to do is there's a couple of key people that we want to invite before we go live on it, because there are certain people that couldn't get in the first book or didn't really understand what the first book was, that I know will be absolutely desperate to get into the second book. So we need to go through that list and make sure that the people that participated in the last book also get an invitation to participate again, and then we can open up mint to other people and but yeah, the main focus is on this book at the moment because we want to showcase the people in it.
But Mint 2 will be opening soon, and just so if anyone is listening can understand, each page can be minted by a founder or an individual, for example. So let's say you have a project and you wanted to participate, you could purchase a page in the book, which is basically you're reserving your slot, and then there would be a double page, so you'd have one page for artwork and then another page for the story. So each person that participated has their own artwork and their own story. So we are going to be doing the second mint soon. So if anyone does like the sound of it and want to learn more about it, you're more than welcome to reach out and talk to us about it and enjoy this creative journey with us.
I'm over here feeling a slight FOMO. Like, I'm like, where's the sign up sheet? Where do I go? Where's the website?
Okay.
So definitely once you are, beginning the process, like, definitely hit me up. Perhaps maybe even you'll get a few signups over here from the Decentraland side of things, because oh boy, we got some talent here.
Yeah. That's awesome. And that's kind of like what we're trying to celebrate, really, on this journey that we're on. Is there are so many amazing people from all walks of life that have got so much value to be added, and that's what the plus represents on our branding and in front of our names. It actually symbolizes a multitude of things. First and foremost, positivity. We're trying to find the positive side of the space and be the positive side of the space as well, or at least contribute towards it. We believe everyone adds value regardless of their skill set, whether people have a skill, whether they provide a service, or whether they just consume the content that's created, or join the events or be in the spaces. It adds massive value. Just them as an individual human being, of course, adds value, but their presence as well contributes towards growth and participation. We also advocate for mental health as well, and we also want to represent Web3 as well, so that people in the world will hopefully see what we're trying to accomplish with our mental health spaces and our interviews on X and our conversations and the network of people that are trying to provide utility or solutions and education and infrastructure that kind of impacts the world as well, such as like planting trees, helping feed children in places of need and stuff as well, which there's a lot more we can dive into around all of that. But yeah, so we appreciate anyone that supports what we're doing and contributes to what we're trying to accomplish.
I think you should unpack that. We've done some really good charitable work recently with a brand called Poly Raiders. This is a high school principal who saw that there were a bunch of girls that were not coming to school for a number of days, a month, and it was because they didn't have access to certain products. So he took it upon himself to make sure that these girls were sorted, and I think at this point he's given, is it 6,000 girls a 6-month supply of products?
Yeah, I think he's provided 6,000 sanitary pads for girls that were missing school.
So we wanted to help that. So we did a music benefit twice. We did one for Christmas and one for for Valentine's, and we raised nearly $2,000 for this guy. And you know, when we do, and you know, we send him those funds, we get to see the good that he does with that. So like you can donate your money to charity, right? You can send your money to Oxfam or all these big charities, and most of that gets pilfered. So let's actually support the guy that's on the ground that can actually make meaningful change and watch that happen. That's far more rewarding for me. I know where to put my 20 quid. My 20 quid's on that guy. So we've been supporting that guy, and he's been feeding his community, and he's been doing all sorts of great, amazing things for the kids and the people of the
No,
town
that
we
was
live
thanks
in.
to Wave Wars and their ecosystem, and the ZAO as well. I just wanted to highlight that because they developed the technology for music and artists, but was able to utilize that infrastructure to provide an event and a way for people to contribute towards the cause, so that 100% of the proceeds that people was able to raise went directly to the cause in need, which contributed towards children eating, getting Christmas presents. They got some sewing equipment as well, so that they could like create clothing and things that they needed, but also potentially, you know, turn it into a business outside of you helping them learn how to sew as well. But it also helped them get some clothes as well, and toothbrushes and things of that nature. So yeah, it's really awesome. And that's kind of, you know, a part of the community of communities ethos of having the absolute blessing to come across people that have created all of these amazing things, and everyone's able to kind of come together as a multitude of communities to contribute, whether that be sharing things, using the tech that they've created, or the infrastructure that they've built to support something or each other and help. You know, the quote we like to use, thanks to the ZAO, is "a rising tide lifts all ships." So we're trying to help contribute towards being a rising tide in Web3, basically.
Oh man, amazing. I am a big fan so far, and as you know, you've been speaking, I've been just showing off the community of communities, X, as well as the website. I just pulled it up. I feel almost like I feel like you may have covered this next question, but I think I'm just gonna ask it just for the matter of like leaving no stone unturned in case there is like even like, you know, further reason for this. The add the plus. What does add the plus mean to you guys?
Yeah, so adding the plus was a way that we could represent the collaborative effort of these communities without sacrificing your name or your profile picture. So we was trying to find a way in which we could sort of showcase that we was together without having to take away from anyone's individuality. So having that symbol in our names was a way of us being able to show that we was together. And I'll give you an example. So let's say you have the plus in your name and you have been invited to go and speak somewhere, and you go to that space to speak, to showcase, you know, the amazing things that you've created. And we all come to support you, and the host sees that you have a plus in your name, we have a plus in our name. They can see that, you know, you guys are obviously here together in support of each other. And it was a way for us to kind of represent one another, but also a way to kind of say, you know, we're from the positive side of Web3. We want to stand together in unison. We want to, you know, have respect for one another. Lots of people build similar things. Sometimes people build the same things. But there's absolute room for either collaboration or at least respect for one another, because we want the space to still be 100 years from now.
Yep.
And creating the environment in which that can, you know, build, learn and grow, it was the ultimate goal for that. So yeah, it was a way for us to kind of represent collaboration without the sacrifice of any of your own identity. I hope that makes sense.
Yes, total sense. And Bacon, if you'd like to add something to it, you're more than welcome to. If not, I can move forward here, because like the website, I finally found it, and I found a list of all 7 founders. Of course, we got Thyrevolution as the first profile here. We got Doglan's Official. We have Crypto Toe, which is, I believe, Tony, correct? Yep.
Yeah.
I met Tony on the
Yeah.
space a couple weeks back. Oh man, that okay. I'm just not. I would have gone on a tangent there. I'll come back to my thought. We got the bacon sandwich. We have a Z3, Hungry Andy, and Miss Evie on the team.
Yeah.
Like I can't like stress enough how special it is to have like a team like of this size, because
I
like
mean, I was going
main
to touch on that earlier, actually.
yeah, go for it.
The thing with the team as well is the time zones. So, like so we've got a European contingency where we've got Christian that can do the early shift, and then we can do the day shift over here, and then the Americans can pick it up later. So, like Miss Evie's sitting in spaces on TikTok all night, talking about what we're doing and what other people are doing, and highlighting the world that we represent. Um, yeah, so it's kind of like an almost a 24/7 thing for us, where there's always someone around with the communities, because we're global and because we have those time zones. It does obviously come with its difficulties. Like at the moment, it's 2 a.m. for me. I had to go and have a 4-hour sleep before this thing. Otherwise, there was no chance I was making it through this. I mean, you'd have had to have muted me. I'll be sitting here snoring.
And we appreciate this opportunity as well, because oftenly it's us highlighting everybody else, which has always been our goal and mission, and we appreciate it very much. And I know that we're kind of talking about ourselves now and our journey, but everything inside of the community is everybody else. And we're really humbled by it, because it has been an amazing journey, and we've been learning every step of the way, and it's been great to see people grow into things they never could possibly imagine. So there's so much depth to it. So that when you said that the title of this show was Beyond the NFT, I could see the depth in that. That was I was really really impressed with that, and I thought it was a cool way to kind of approach speaking to people. So yeah, very well done on that as well.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I mean, since learning of community of communities, like in a way, like I know that I've seen the name for around for many years, but I really like got the vibe couple weeks back when you had joined the community building the Decentraland X space, and we had the opportunity to speak with you a little bit, and then further that later down that day, after our space, I jumped into the community of community space and really got the vibe of like what you guys are about. So all kudos to you. It's like it's hard whenever like how do I put this? Like everyone wants to make a NFT project and they want to be the founders, they want to be the ones steering the ship, but not a lot of people think about like making something for others. And that I feel like that is what community of communities does in Web3. So gotta give my love to that, because it's really appreciated. It's very needed in the space, and in a space where it could be chaotic. People, not everyone is the vibe. So in a way, you gotta like, as a newcomer in the space, you need to like kind of like be smart about like who you follow. Like you gotta find your people, and you gotta make sure that they are a good group of people as well.
Absolutely. And of course, all sides of the space are amazing for what they are. And I know you mean that with no judgment on any specific segment, but I totally understand what you mean. It's important as well that people have an ability to learn about cybersecurity and how to do your research, because people hear that a lot. Do your research, but what does that look like? Or how are people using this technology? Like, where do you go to learn about it? So to kind of, we understand the importance of people need education, people need utility and solutions, and a place to kind of ask questions and just listen into people speaking. Like that's where I personally learned the most, was when speaking to someone who knew what they was talking about, because I always go at everything as I know nothing or as close to nothing, and it's been great to speak to so many people that can help give you insight in places you just didn't have any. Which of course you would, look further into and cross-reference, but like you were saying, it's kind of good that, we can connect with people who can help you learn on that journey and sort of see what the space is and, get a feel for it.
Correct. So, Community of Communities has been hosting Friday and Saturday spaces on X. What has been the goal behind these sessions, and I would like to hear from both of you, like to share maybe some of your favorite moments.
Yeah, sure. So initially, education is the ultimate goal, is for people to learn from the conversations about how the technology works, who's behind it, what it looks like, what it entails. But also we wanted to try and make it multi-layered in its value, so the people that we speak to have an opportunity to kind of showcase the hundreds, if not thousands, of hours of effort and development work that they've put into an ecosystem. So for the people we speak to, they've got an audience to speak to and an opportunity to showcase, and can also utilize the conversation for content purposes if they wish to as well. And also we get the opportunity to learn, as well as hopefully the people who listen and get to enjoy the experience as well. So, the goal is like a laid back, authentic conversation, just finding out about who the people are behind the technology, where they came from and what they're aiming to accomplish, and, what they've accomplished so far. And, we have nice conversations as well in between of, getting a bit of a better feel for the people themselves. And, so, as you know, everybody's different. There's a different story behind every other person. So, the conversations can be quite interesting, and we can, learn quite a few cool things and interesting things about people, and, get a feel for what they're trying to do. And that's where the network kind of comes in as well, because we want to expand the network. And over the years, I've met so many people. We have a complete log of who does what and who needs what, and how different people could help each other. And, sometimes we try and even be strategic around the two people that we speak to in one show, and in the hope that they can, get to know each other further as well, and maybe add value to one another as well. So yeah, that's my answer to that question anyway. But I know, Bacon, you can unpack that further and add more to that.
Yeah, I mean, my favorite bits is like connecting two people and then watching them come back 6 months later and being like, hey, look at all this cool stuff we've made. So that's all of my favorite moments are those. I've really enjoyed the concerts that we've done in collaboration with the ZAL and Wave Wars. They've been incredible. They've been to much acclaim to the people that attended. But it's always difficult when you're on a platform and you're asking people to interact with a platform that they wouldn't normally use. That can be quite a difficult task. But people turn out for these because each one of them gets progressively better and better. And each time we learn something that we can improve for the next one. And I think we must be running like, this would be the fifth one next, would it, Rev? Would it be the fifth concert next?
Yeah, but
Something
number
like
5, yeah.
Yeah.
So
the
the fifth event that we've done in collaboration with the ZAO and Wave Wars.
Nice.
Yeah, definitely. But they're popping. They're really good moments. And I like the moment when Rev told me about his idea. He was like, Bacon, I've got this idea, dude. And then he explained it to me. And I was like, dude, if it involves you and I can help, I will. I mean, at the time, I was like, I don't really know what I can do to help at this point. But if you're doing it, I'm behind you. So yeah, and then since then, we became friends with him and the team. And that friendship's gotten stronger across the entire team. We're stronger than ever right now. We've had times where we've been a little fractured, but we always pull ourselves back together. Because we know the value of what we've created and what we've create what we're creating, and we know our journey is big ahead of us, and you know, we know that it needs all of our attention to make that happen.
Yeah. And just to quickly add into the favorite moments, it's seeing the purpose and growth in people and each other, you know, because obviously we all came from one place and we're where we are today. But same for a lot of people that we speak to as well, who have really got purpose. And one of the things that we kind of, you know, because over the years there's been a few things we've kind of seen in sort of like repetition, one of which being how difficult and complex it is for people who are building in Web3, who have a vision, but people in their immediate life can't see that vision, of course. So it's hard for people in their families and their friends to see why what they do means so much to them. So to kind of help put them in groups and rooms of people who share our vision and recognize the difficulties of it helps keep that spark alive in them, so that they kind of don't lose faith, because it's kind of hard to show a vision before you bring it to fruition. So that's kind of been one of our favorite parts as well, is sort of seeing people kind of breathe life into each other and help each other see that, you know, there is a chance you can accomplish your goals, and perseverance will pay off.
There's another moment that sticks out for me as well. It's like it's happened a few times where we've sparked something in someone where they've found inspirations from spending that hour with us talking about what they're doing and all that sort of stuff. You know, they kind of had a realization in the space. They're like, yeah, I am exactly where I need to be. You know, there was doubt in their mind, but after sitting there for an hour and talking about it, that, you know, it reiterated, yes, you know, this is the right thing to do. And it was good to see, you know, a number of people be inspired to do more from those spaces. Those have been some really cool moments.
Oh my god. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I could see those being like the favorite moments, because I mean, personally, like from my personal point of view, it's like there's nothing better than inspiring someone to be more than what they were an hour ago, days ago, maybe last year, and inspire whatever their journey is. And I mean, I am inspired by this group of people, and I'm gonna go ahead and just share them with you guys here in the Discord, so you guys could take a peek at some of the family. Not all of them are here, but we have a good group of people right here just enjoying the show right now. We're on screen. You see me, you see Revolution. So yeah. We're going strong here in Decentraland still, and welcome, awesome. MDH.
Yeah, thank you everyone for being here and for welcoming us into this conversation as well, so we can, because that's the goal, you know. We just want to connect with people and find where all the amazing people are and all the amazing things that are taking place, and we can try and help bring people together. And hopefully, you know, like now we know about this amazing show, there's so many people we can, you know, connect you with to hopefully speak to as well and help support what you're doing, because that's the goal, you know, we want to strengthen the space. And we're not saying that from a place as if from like arrogance or ego, like, oh, we can add value, but like we want to try, you know. We're all here, we love the space, we show up every day, we have for 5 years, you know, and things are growing and progressing, and our love for what we do is far from fading at all. So, you know, the more people we connect with, the more excited we get that this space is awesome and real, and helping people see that, you know, because people love the space so much, they question, oh, will this still be here in 5 years? It's like, well, we can make it so.
Yes. Yes.
You know, we are the reason it will be here. Not us, of course, but everyone. You know, we can, if we're still here and we still love it and we're still building, then it still will be a thing in 5 years to come. So
Yep,
Yeah.
it is up to us. Like here in this space
Yeah.
in Web3, it's like it's a permissionless space. We don't have to ask for permission from nobody to do
Yeah.
what we want to do. It's all a matter of doing it, staying consistent, and loving every step of the way. And I want to add that you have inspired future guests. By the way, you've already inspired future guests. For example, on the 20th, next week, 420, we have Cannon Jones 973 that says coming through Beyond the NFT, and he will be our special guest.
Let's go. That's amazing.
Oh, he is dope. He is dope.
Yeah, legend.
I love that guy.
That's gonna be awesome.
Although I love
look forward to,
God Cloud
coming.
more, just saying.
So
Yeah, definitely forward to that. But
So-
yeah, we'll definitely have lots of people that we can highlight to you that you can have a phenomenal conversation with.
of course. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
We've got some massive brains.
can't wait to meet them all. I mean, definitely gonna be hanging out around your spaces and contributing in any way that I can to what you guys are doing, because I think it's great. I think this is one of those things that all rising tides lift all ships. Like this is definitely a scenario, one of those scenarios. I mean, I met Cannon on your space 2 weeks ago. Now I can get back to the thing I almost went on a tangent
yes.
of that.
Yeah.
You don't
Please
know.
do.
I was like so into the space 2 weeks ago because you guys had Hurricane Ike up. No wait.
Yeah.
You had God Cloud, Hurricane, and you had
that's
Cannon,
right.
and
Yeah,
you
yeah.
guys were like kind of like trying to push a like rap battle forward. Like, hey, like let's lock in a date,
Yeah,
and then you had the guys like freaking like being like, yo, let's do this and let's start promoting right now. Let's start making content. They were like all about it, and everything was just
Yeah.
like coming together in the space like perfectly. And
Isn't it?
and then I had the moment of tragedy when the space rugged.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Happens a lot. Yeah.
I was like, no! Like, I was literally shaking my phone, like, no! Like, screaming at it.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I was like, oh,
Yeah, me too. Me three.
it's like fully dark. I was like, no. So yeah, we opened that book. But yeah, that's exactly it.
That was totally my fault. That was totally my
Yeah.
fault, by the way.
Yeah, it was.
I instigated that.
It happened.
Well, look, we
Between
were
you- between
featuring
you-
both on a space at the same time. We were
Yeah, we're
featuring both
featuring
at the
them
same
on
time in the same
Saturday,
place. So it made sense to let's make it happen.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that's the
let's do
beautiful
it.
thing as well about the collaboration element is Hurricane is one of the founders of Wave Wars with
Yes.
Candy and Zal, and they can provide music battles, which is really entertaining. The artists love it. They get to, prepare for, being live, being on stage, performing, building that confidence, putting their skills to the test, showcasing their work and their music. People get to listen into great music, up and coming artists who sound like they're already up, by the way. So when I say up and coming, like if I was to hear it on the TV, it wouldn't shock me at all. They're just that skilled. But the way that they're in their spaces, the way that they share their experience and their knowledge, and the different ideas, and the way that they collaborate, and then just like what you heard, they're like, let's make this an event. You come, you bring your people, we'll bring ours. Let's share it to the world. Everyone benefits. People get an entertaining evening. The artists get to perform. The ecosystems get to be utilized. We get to showcase that and support it as well. And it's just a win all around, and it can flow just like that, and that's what we want. And imagine someone that knew nothing about Web3 and they're in a space like that, and they're just seeing love and purpose and passion and collaboration and people educating each other and sharing ideas and saying, I use this tool, I learned that, I built this tool for this reason. That would be a reason to kind of stick around and learn more, we hope. So we've just always had a drive to kind of facilitate that and feel really fortunate and humble to kind of be a part of it and be in the middle of so many amazing people and amazing ecosystems.
Indeed. I mean, for me, it was very refreshing going into your space a couple weeks back, like, and seeing the progression of Hurricane Ike's journey in Web3. Like here in Decentraland, like Ike performed, oh man, back in the day, like maybe talking 2021, 2022, around that range, 2023, he performed at the True Band Room, and kind of like to kind of see what he's been up to. And you mentioning just now, like founding member of Wave Wars with Candy. Like, so, I mean, everything's been going good for him. Like he's been sticking with it and refining his craft.
Absolutely,
I see.
yeah. And he has the same message as well, and that's one of the things that really inspires us, is the way that he will talk to people as such an amazing host of his show and inspire them and tell them like to stay, believing in themselves and to educate themselves further and to push through the difficult times. And just to touch back on those, the benefit battles, that's what we called them, because we did 2 so far. And this is by no means a brag. This is just to show you what's possible from all of the tech that we used, or that they used, that we supported the event with, was made by them. The first event gave a Christmas party, Christmas food and presents to 300 children in Nigeria, which blew our mind.
Before you move on, another one of my favourite moments was seeing Santa Claus giving out gifts to people, and then him telling us that that's his family member that we also know through Web3 separately from him.
Yeah. That's a great story. Yeah. And then the second event that we did enabled them to buy another sewing machine, because they got themselves a sewing machine to teach the kids how to sew, all the skills of that, and potentially use it to generate revenue for themselves, which is what we loved about Polyraiders, is the NFT collection. 100% of the funds went to exactly what the need was. But the second event generated, I think it was around $1,300 with the donations, and 100% of the proceeds through Wave Wars going to the cause itself. Fed, clothed, haircuts, and like toothbrushes for 800 children, as well as food for the day, and another sewing machine as well. So that blew our mind at what was possible through collaboration, and just everyone did what they loved. People hosted shows, people gave music to the event for free. So instead of them benefiting, it all went to the cause. People donated funds, people shared the spaces, people created artwork, people played music, performed live, hosted the show, and the audience got to enjoy the show as they would have done anywhere. But everything that happened over the 2 events contributed positively. Over 1,000 children in Nigeria, which is just, amazing. To everyone that participated, that's not to point at any one element, but everyone just coming together and just adding a little bit of something, showed a segment of the world that they're not forgotten. And that was just, incredible. A true showcase of Web3.
Exactly. Very beautiful. And it goes back to kind of like something you mentioned earlier at the beginning of this interview. It's nice to be able to donate and know exactly where it's going, opposed to like donating to the Children's Hospital Foundation, and then like it's like like only 20% of that, if they're lucky, is going to the actual kids, if exactly. So I'm a big fan of definitely knowing where your donations go. Like any moment that I see like something legit happening. Yep, exactly.
Is what was so impressive with Polyraiders, for example, of they weren't saying, we have a need, help us. They were saying, help us help ourselves, which is everything that they've utilized to help themselves further, with immense gratitude. But that was what was awesome. They was donated some art equipment, for example, and all the kids made artwork, which they then turned into NFTs. And then the sales of those NFTs, I think there was $1.50 per NFT. purchase sanitary pads for the girls to be able to stay in school, and it also be a healthy alternative to what it would have been, whether it be nothing or rags. So it was incredible that they just wanted help to help themselves, and I just thought that was a really cool perspective. And the kids were like, let's be the solution. Let's use what we've got to better our situation. And I just thought that was really awesome. So it was amazing to be a part of that.
Amazing mindset to have.
It's the kids' charity. It's the kids that are named on the charity. It's not even his. I mean, I talk about him as the founder, but actually it's his kids. His kids are the founder of the whole thing.
Yeah.
He's just the face of the organisation. They're there pulling the strings in the background, doing the artwork and all that good stuff.
At least until they're old enough and can take helm of the project.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Nice.
And by then they should be accomplished seamstresses.
Yes, well-known, accomplished.
Yeah.
Let me.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, the sewing machines gives them a vocation, which is really cool. That's one of the things that I think Mickey didn't really touch on. Not only can they fix things and stuff like that, but there's a vocation. It's something. It's a job.
It's a craft.
It's things that they can. It's a service that they can provide to the local community. Because not everyone's got a sewing machine, dude. So yeah, I mean it's good for them. They've got that mindset. It's incredible, and they got it from somewhere. It didn't happen by accident.
Exactly. and so I can't begin to express how amazing that thing that is. Let's see off the top. I know I had a next question.
I've got a question for you.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. What's the deal with your profile picture? It looks like a kid's drawing.
Well, allow me to educate you on my PFP. This is a NFT that was drawn and minted by a 9-year-old. Well, at the time she was 9 years old. NFT artist, aka Canessa's daughter.
That is awesome.
Yep, Canessa is my I call her my Pengu partner in crime. She is the co-founder of this Discord that we're currently sitting in. Her and I co-founded Community Building Decentraland back in May 2022 and have not looked back since. Yep, so
amazing.
Yep. One time Canessa hits me up and she's like, "Hey, I got a gift for you. It was made by a 9-year-old NFT artist, and I still have to pay her for the art, but here you go. She made this for you." And it is a mouse penguin. Mouse penguin. That is, the background is like one of the old clubs we used to hang out at in Decentraland called the Dollhouse. The reason for it being a mouse penguin is because for the most part, and I kind of still do, like on Decentraland, I always wear masks. And so then the first mask that I would wear was like my Dead Mao mask that I got back in Music Festival 2021 when Dead Mao performed in Decentraland. And
that's awesome.
Yeah. And so then the penguin part ended up being, I mean, like, hey man, I was new to the scene. I found this group of NFT bros that like were cool to me, called the Penguin Fight Club. So I'd be running around as a penguin on Decentraland as well.
That is awesome.
Yep. And so then, like, going back to like, it's like, doesn't matter how long you've been in this space, you're still like growing and you're still learning. I mean, that was my first Web3 lesson right there. Penguin Fight Club. Turned out that they weren't what I envisioned, or what at least they were saying they were gonna be. Like, I don't know. I guess like we ran on different principles, not like throwing shade in at anyone, but it's just like I had my vision and I thought my vision aligned with theirs, but at the end of the day it didn't. And that
is a continuous challenge in Web3, isn't it? Trying to navigate And so yeah, I totally understand the complexities that come with that.
Correct. And I mean, like, I felt bad, and like, my friends all know here, like I inspired a few those individuals here in Decentraland to purchase their NFT and join the group and stuff like that. Going back to like, it's like, hey, not financial advice. It's like after that, definitely start like doubling down on that one.
Yeah.
Get the NFT because you like it, not because I told you to, please.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Yeah,
We're all good intention, of course.
Yep. And so then I mean, once again, guys, I apologize for that one. Been trying to make it up to them since.
That's one of the things that, like, I appreciate what Web3 taught me about, accountability.
Yes.
Sorry, my accent. And learning that, every decision that you make is yours, whether that be, something financial or not. Because of course everyone is enthusiastic about the space and you want to enjoy it, and there's lots of cool things out there. So it is a really tough space to operate in and navigate through. And I think everyone in Web3 gets stung from something somewhere. You can only try your best and hope that you can persevere through the difficulties that you come across along the way.
Exactly. So yeah, my first lesson in Web3, and then I mean from there, I think learning that lesson, as catastrophic as it may felt to me back then, it pushed me forward to kind of like trying to build something of my own, something that, or I mean, in this case, in the case of community building Decentraland, is like something for the community, like of people that want to hang out here in Decentraland. So
that's awesome. It looks like you've done an amazing job from our experience thus far. I was honestly so taken back from the vibes of your space, instantaneously from entering. Just the tone of everyone's voice, the enthusiasm in the conversation, the way that you articulated the conversation, how you touched on all of the things that were taking place, the way that people came up and spoke, and the way you spoke to it, the whole thing was just everything that we appreciate and value and are trying to accomplish as well. So it was really awesome when we came into the space for the first time. So big shout out to Z3 for that.
Yep. Big shout out to Z, and in all honesty, I have to kind of add that it's like, I think that vibe may come off because of like, it's like we're just there trying to be our truest self. Like when I'm there, I am just myself. I speak whatever's on my mind. I try to share my opinions. I don't force my opinions on anyone. I just share them, like, this is what I think. And I mean, even that has been even a stage for like me and Kanessa at times, whenever we've had varying opinions on a topic, like for us to kind of like start like butt our heads a little bit, and then like by the end of it we're just like, okay, I see where you're coming from, and then she's like, okay, I see where you're coming from.
Yeah, it is really helpful. And me and Bacon joke all the time about being from the north and the south. I mean, the whole team, because there's people from Wales, people from Texas, people from Holland, and there's a different take. And I've got to give a huge shout out to the whole team for everyone's contribution in this journey, because a big portion of the team do a large amount of things behind the scenes that people will never know, that are probably the most significant ingredients to progression, that I'm sure anyone doing anything can appreciate. Like what I was saying earlier about what people bring out of you, how they support you through things, how they help bring it to the world, talking over ideas, breaking down what you've created. There's so much value in all of those things, which is why I was signifying with the plus about everybody having value. They truly do. And this is a good place to find your value and find the people that see that in you as well.
There's another thing as well with the plus that just happens just by nature. We seem to attract the positive and repel the negative. So it's kind of we're like a bit of a filter. So people that are just looking to extract value turn up, realizing that there's no value to be extracted here. But people that provide value will start to see value, and the people that came in to like Zara, for example, straight away came in like bang, straight away and that set off a whole chain of things that allowed us to meet a whole bunch of people. Because
you may have rugged there a little bit. You were saying Zhao came in and then kind of I didn't hear anything after that. I'm sorry to cut you off.
Yeah,
sorry.
It's doing it again. Yeah, I might have to say it for you.
Straight away he started adding value.
Okay.
Go on, Rev. You can what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. So I basically exactly like you, Meatstick. Sorry, I've not been. I don't know your name yet, so I hope you don't mind me calling you that. But like when we joined your space, and you immediately wanted to reciprocate that support, so you joined our space, and that just opens up the world of value from both sides, and that's the beauty of it, and that's kind of like what we're trying to help contribute towards.
Yeah, I mean, it is definitely important. And going back to kind of what you were mentioning about like the CBD space, we call it CBD for short, community building, Decentraland. Like I think it's also a result of like what you saw is a result of what our space is right now, because back. Let's go back like maybe 2021, 2022, 2023. There were those individuals that wanted to extract value from the space. They'd be coming to our spaces and try to treat them as like the show place, or the place to get my project out there and stuff like that. And then like once they found out that it's like we're all just a bunch of builders, we're just a bunch of degens here that just love this platform, and there's no value to extract from us. It's like we provide value to each other like through various ways, but not the way that you're looking.
He gets it, Rev.
Yes. Yeah, hey, we've lived it. Like I think it was Tony that I was speaking with 2 weeks ago on your space, and Rev as well, like kind of saying it's like we feel like we've gone through the same journey, just in our own dimensions, or in our own realms, in our own lanes, like so to say. But we have like experienced the same things throughout time. Yeah,
exactly, and that's one of the things we kind of appreciate as well is you'll see two people on a path, and they may even be at the same point, but one may have traveled so much further than the other, which is why not judging anyone is so important. I mean, of course, I know you'll know there's a million reasons why we shouldn't judge anyone, but one of the things we're grateful for is like we'll speak to people, and they may have committed to a certain element of the space for 20 years, and they share that with us. And I haven't taken a single step in that direction, but had the blessing of all of the knowledge that they share with us. So we appreciate that. Some people have really walked a tough walk so that other people can gain value from that as well.
Exactly. So let's see. I'm looking at the time. Ooh, sheesh! Time gets away when you're having fun.
Yeah, I don't forgive me if I look tired as well. It is late in the UK, but I mean, I'm loving this. So I could do this all night long. So,
well, I'll try not to keep you all night.
Yeah, so
I guess one of the questions I had, and this one's like kind of for both of you, is like, how do you guys stay so positive in, you know, such a chaotic space? Because it's like, I understand, like, you know, there's a lot of things that happen here, and you know, sometimes depression is a bitch. You know, like it could hit us whenever we least expect it. So I mean, what are kind of like what are what are some of your ways that you stay positive in this space and kind of just keep pushing forward and kind of tell yourself this is temporary?
Yeah, that's a great question. Do you want to answer it first, Bacon, or do you want me to?
Yeah, just having the team there, just having people around, you know, someone available to speak to, and just be like, oh man, I'm struggling. There's always someone that can pick you up within the squad.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll choose that. Being around the right people, and being being in an environment that helps you see who you are aiming to become. Funny enough, I often, like I said, the reason I kind of came into content creation and video editing was how I was inspired by other people's content that was like motivational or positive quotes, for example. And I do often do videos to try and hopefully inspire people. And, you know, we are around a lot of people that are doing Web3 on top of full-time jobs, looking after children, going through a lot in life. You know, neither of us know what we're going through as we try and do what we're doing on top of that as well. And I recently did a video and I did a motivational quote, which I heard, which was, what you're going through is temporary, but who you're becoming is permanent. And I've had the pleasure of learning a lot of things through those kinds of videos that have really helped kind of instill inside of you that everything is temporary, the good and the bad. Meaning enjoy the good and push through the bad, knowing that there will be light at the end of the tunnel. I know that was a bit of a long-winded answer, but people definitely is first and foremost. Who you surround yourself with makes all of the difference, and I'm sure you'll agree.
Please say that again. You said it so beautifully. Well, I'm trying to think. Like who you become is permanent.
Yeah.
What was that
what you're going through? What you're going through is temporary, but who you're becoming is permanent.
Oh,
so
wow.
Keep going.
that right there is so beautiful and well put, nicely put.
Thank you.
And yeah, let's see. Any Decentraland questions, guys?
Yes. So if we had land, but not much knowledge or idea on how to build in it with it, what would you suggest? Because we are looking to build in Decentraland, but we haven't got any of the means
haven't got a
to do so.
vision. Yeah, we haven't got a vision of what we want to do with it yet.
Yeah.
I mean,
and also, you know, if there's a way in which we could get any kind of help with it as well, you know, I don't know how your community kind of help each other build what it is that you're building. But yeah, any help with that as well would be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, as far as like kind of like not having a vision just yet, but like just having the assets ready to go. I mean, there we now have like this our new way of building since like I think it was like 2024, maybe a little after. We have the creator hub, and within the creator hub there's like some prefab builds that you could like take and deploy onto your land.
Oh wow.
Yes, so then from there, you know, you can just go like through the walls, like whatever portraits that are already there, delete those and add your own, like the community of communities logo and some plus signs and everything like that. So like back in the day, like before 2024, actually before 2025, I believe, like, you know, in order to stream to Decentraland, you needed an RTMP server. Like, it's just a whole different layer of like things. Now through the Creator Hub, you could add admin tools onto your build. And within the admin tools, there's a free server that is like a Decentraland run server. You don't have to pay for it. You could use that information to put on your OBS and go live. So there's
That's
that.
awesome.
Like in a way, it's like there isn't much cost to it except for maybe a little time for you.
Yeah, that's awesome. That
Yeah.
is actually really exciting because because that's kind of like what the concern was as well. Well, not concern, but uncertainty of like where would we start? Because obviously we haven't particularly got the skills to build from scratch if it was using certain tooling. I mean, obviously we've got friends that we could probably like tap in with and get some assistance with, but we weren't sure how it all works. So that would really help that. So that's quite exciting because once we do know exactly what we want to do, because of course one of the things would be to create something where we could put on events or experiences, but we want to do it in a way of how we've done everything else through collaboration. We want to kind of add value, not just kind of like show up and do something, but if we can build in a way that contributes to the amazing stuff that you guys have built and supports the events and things that you guys have got going on as well, that would be awesome, because that's what it's about. It's about enjoying it together and progressing together and helping other people. That's one of the things that we were excited about doing, is through this journey of learning how to build in Decentraland and creating something. Correct. We can share that with everyone that we speak to and connect with as well, and hopefully help add more value and more people to the ecosystem as well.
Exactly, yeah. And so then I have a couple comments from In-World. Felons, you may be very familiar with Felons from Saturday, I believe. Felons is my guy. I love that man. And I have a couple parcels around in the area delegated to him, and he has like his own spot.
That's awesome.
Out here too.
That is awesome. He is a great legend.
Yes, he is. So talented.
Yeah.
And deserves like all the love in the world, to tell you the truth. Like I am willing to give it to him, give him all the love in the world. He says that he would be happy to show you the tools, so like the Creator Hub tools. And then I have Empress Trash, which is kind of like a just coming back to Decentraland after a long time. Like 2021 was their first experience, I believe. And then I had him on Beyond the NFT as a guest last month, I believe it was. And through like the connection of one of our friends, Yolantis Art, like she connected us, and we got the show going, and ever since Empress Trash has just been a superstar here. And Empress says that the Creator Hub tools are pretty good, and the prefab builds are a quick way to get started. So
awesome. Yeah, thank you for that. I appreciate that very much. I'm definitely looking forward to getting a feel for the tools and seeing how we can build something awesome. And we'll be listening to the spaces as well, and hopefully learning through that, and hopefully jumping into the events that you're putting on in the future as well, and being on the inside of the environment, watching your shows in the future.
Of course. I mean, looking forward to it. Yeah, and I mean, I guess there was another question on like, how do you ask for help, or like where would be the best place? I mean, just jump into the general chat here, be like, hey, I'm trying to build, don't know anything, like anyone want to help?
Yeah.
I'll most likely
probably not too far off my first question.
And then that's when I like push Kanessa forward. I'm like, Kanessa will help you. I volunteer Kanessa.
They're available.
No, she is awesome, and she does have she hosts these events on Tuesday at noon Eastern, which would probably be a better timeline for you guys. She has an event called The Absolute Basics of Building in Decentraland. every Tuesday, noon Eastern, and she'll just like
Sounds
go.
perfect.
Yep, she'll like go over like what she's currently working on, but she is mainly because she's like just been doing it for so long that she's gone like very deep.
On a space as well, because that's one of the things that we always hope to do is to, as we meet new people, oftenly everyone has friends or people that they know, and vice versa. You know, we want to, because people are always looking for places to make more friends and meet new people and showcase in more areas. So, you know, it would be awesome to connect with some of the people that are building or are doing things, and we can interview you over on X and get to know you a bit, and hopefully you can speak to people you haven't met yet, and vice versa as well, and we can tell people about your show as well, and get some people to come and talk to you as well, because it's been an amazing experience.
Yeah, most definitely. Yes, and I also volunteer Canessa's time for this too. But yeah, I know that she would be more than happy to as well. And myself, I'll be awaiting the invitation.
Absolutely.
Like, I mean, if you ever want to have one like for myself, just like purely about myself, and then one
Definitely.
for Canessa, or like you could bring Canessa and myself together for like a community building Decentraland space.
Yeah,
Like,
and even every couple of months, we could even do one where you kind of come on the show to give the updates of what everyone's doing, a little bit like what you was doing on the was it Monday? It wasn't Monday, was it? It was it Saturday?
Saturday, yes, at noon.
Yeah, and just let people know what you're doing and why you're doing it as well, because you know, hopefully we definitely will come and, you know, tap into the events that you're doing and spaces that you're hosting as well.
Of course.
That'd be really cool.
Of course. Always, you know, we're always looking to collaborate. We're always looking to grow, meet new people. Man, I love meeting new people. That's like I never knew that would be my thing. I was a gamer, bro.
Yeah.
I was.
I was trying to stay away from people. And, now we found ourselves on the internet and all around the world. It's quite funny actually, because just a little story with the social media thing. I kind of went onto TikTok where I knew nobody. Same on X and LinkedIn, and then I made my way back to Facebook eventually after doing it for a couple of years. So the people who knew me over on Facebook, who hadn't seen any of that stuff, got the version of content after 3 to 4 years experience, rather than the videos when I first started over on TikTok. So there was like,
that's probably a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely. They didn't know that, you know, about any of the things I was talking about. So for the first few months, they had no idea what I was speaking about. But they was kind of amazed at how many things I was kind of talking about, of all the things that were taking place. And because they didn't know that I made content, it was pretty cool for them to kind of see me with a bit of experience. So the quality was a lot better than when I first started making videos in my car.
Yeah,
but that's it. You know, you don't have to be the best, but you do have to be doing it. There was another good quote, and it was, "You don't have to be great to get started, but you do have to get started to be great." And I just kind of thought it was really impactful, when a lot of people are always not sure whether they should or shouldn't do it. And I was one of those people for years, and then doing it changed my whole life, my friend circle, my perspective of myself, my perspective of the world. And as a dad of 5 children, I was kind of losing a bit of hope for the way the world was going, until I met this side of the world, where there was so many amazing people doing great things, and people from different parts of the world that really did care about the future and education, and, you know, like how the youth are growing into the world that we're going to be leaving behind, kind of thing. So gave my the end times. It reinstated my hope for humanity.
Yep, and I mean, you yourself are leaving something positive for your kids as well.
Yeah, trying to.
That is the important part, or the goal to reach. Let's see. I got muted. I guess perhaps maybe we can start getting into some closing questions here. I know I've kept you for like 2 hours now.
You know, it's been awesome. Honestly,
Mhm.
we truly appreciate it. And
Yeah.
thank you to everyone again for listening in and for watching and enjoying it from the metaverse and on the platforms you're watching it from as well.
Yeah.
An easy 2 hours.
Yes,
Yeah,
right.
that's it. Yeah,
Empress Trash said made a comment in World saying there's a different feeling of having 20 people listening in a space to having 20 people in a room with you, like even if it's a virtual platform with you.
yeah,
So that
absolutely.
definitely, I feel perhaps like, Decentraland and as well as like all your other metaverse ventures. I know you've collaborated with Stilo World over in
Yep,
Spatial. Yep. I'm a fan of Stilo. Yeah.
yeah.
And
He's a legend.
yes, he is, and he's been a guest on this show in the past as well.
That's
So
awesome.
I've had
Yeah, I
the
was so
great
happy
pleasure.
when started to see a few people that like, Tom Fallens and Stilo, and um, and Joseph Goats as well. Some of the people that you
Yes.
kind of already knew. I thought that was really awesome. Because to see like one of the things earlier about to see the network kind of connected and come across people that kind of have got similar friendship circles as well that you haven't quite got close to yet. Because that's kind of one of the things about what we was trying to accomplish is you can't be everywhere all of the time. It's just not possible. So although we do our featured spaces, we also do community walk-ins as well. A little
Mhm.
similar to the structure that you had on Saturday, where we can all just connect and talk, and if anyone has any updates, they can give their updates, but we can stay connected and speak, and hopefully keep being there for, like what Bacon was saying earlier. There's people we'll speak to, and then we'll speak to them again in like 3 to 5 months, and they'll come back and they'll say all of the things that we talked about. We smashed all of that, and this is what we're now doing next. So that's been really cool as well.
Yep, exactly. So, okay, let's see. Moving into our, kind of final questions here. It's more focused on, the future of communities and some advice for our friends. What's next for community of communities, and are there any big plans or new incentives in the horizon?
Yeah, I
Or
mean, book
initiatives, I'm
two.
sorry.
Yeah, so book two is definitely on the horizon. So we're gearing up to start working towards making that our next venture. Where we've got our physical book, as you can see behind me, which is available on Amazon and on Walmart online as well. We're in the process of being ready to launch the digital version as well. So that's something else that we're working towards. And as for the growth, we're just hoping to continue to connect and reach more people in more ways. And the metaverse is one of the ways in which we want to lean much more into. Because, like what your friend was just saying, it is a different experience. And it's a more engaging experience for the people that are listening to the live things that may be on a screen as well. And it's kind of a more fun feel, and it's more gamified. And that's one of the things that we've appreciated about some of the ecosystems we've been fortunate enough to connect with, is like the gamification of education, as I'm sure you'll appreciate as a fellow gamer.
Mhm.
Um, Learning in school is really boring, and it's on paper, and it's hard to kind of sort of visualize when you probably don't really want to even be there anyway. So to have a gamified way to educate can really tap into a different way for children to really, and adults, to unpack
Yeah.
and learn and also connect, and experience as well. So yeah, so going into virtual environments is definitely a big element. We're going to be continuing the spaces, gearing up for book two, progressing book one onto the first platform, but also we're going to take that with us on our journey as well. That's kind of the goal as well. It was our way of kind of enjoying the space that we're in, because we spent so much time in it and talking to people building in it, that we wanted to kind of tap into how creative can we be, what can we accomplish, can we showcase our vision in this way, and can we helped some of the people we've connected with further how the characters or brands are being showcased to the world. And one of the coolest ways to, to reach people outside of the space, especially like children, is reading and being creative and introducing these characters to children through creative story writing and virtual environments. So we've enjoyed being able to tap into it from that side of it as well.
Amazing. Can't wait. Yeah, book 2 in the horizon. Okay, I guess this would be a question for both of you. For someone who wants to build and strengthen a community in Web3, what would be the best piece of advice you can give them?
Be consistent.
Yes.
Do what you said you would do when you would do it.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. I agree.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolute bell to that. And yeah, just if I can add to that, authenticity. Authenticity is the one thing you can give from you that nobody else can. And I know this is going to be cheesy, but I say a lot of cheesy things, which you'll probably learn about me over time. But there's only ever been and will only ever be one you, and that's the one thing you can integrate into anything you do to give a little twist to it that makes it unique. Because I know that is a big challenge for everyone is, how do I make this unique to the other things that might be similar? And I feel having integrating your own self into it and being authentic will be one of the ways in which can help make it resonate. And that's not coming from a place of being an expert, because I'm not, but just from my own experience, a lot of the people I've come across who I have never forgotten have been very authentic and just been themselves. And because there's only one, it sticks.
Yep.
Great question.
Those two are like amongst everything, all the advice that I could ever give, those two are at my top 2 in the list as well. And don't worry about being cheesy, man. Like because when it's true, the cheese just like fades away. The way that I usually say it, and I kind of like turn it all into like Web3. It's like, you are a one of one NFT.
Yes, absolutely. Well said. That's it. I've changed my whole life like that now. Like when I think about things, I'm thinking of charts, like a growth chart. Like like if I'm having a bad day, I'm having a red day. It's just market's down.
It just like life. It just swings. You have your highs and you have your lows, and
that's it. But we have each other, and like I remember I almost complained to this. It was an elderly gentleman, and he kind of asked me if I was all right, and I was like, yeah, it's just been one of them days. And he said, and he turned to me and he said, it might be a bad day, but it's still a day. And I walked away. At first, I kind of felt a little embarrassed at first, because I really realized what he meant. And he was basically saying that have gratitude that you have a day, because some people don't make it this far.
Yeah.
And at least because you have today, it means that you've got the opportunity for a better day.
Yeah, that is indeed a truth. It's like there are individuals like, and it kind of gets you thinking, like there are individuals living their last day today, like like out there. It's like, make sure you appreciate every single day.
It's true. It really is true, and it honestly, it's gratitude is the key to probably everything. And when I learned that it's scientifically impossible to be anxious and have gratitude at the same time due to the chemicals, that blew my mind. And because I suffered from chronic anxiety for 25 years, so that's why I was such a deep person. I was always trying to find ways to keep my head in a good place. And so when I learned that being having gratitude is impossible when you're anxious, or vice versa, it really helps give me a tool in my belt to kind of help push forward. Indeed.
I'm so happy that you two have come on tonight. Once again, sorry for like the time zone and the
No, it's all right.
time
It can't be
difference.
helped. That's it. 24 hours in Web3.
Right,
I'm glad
exactly.
we can make it happen. I'm glad
Yeah.
we can make it happen.
Thank you.
Definitely.
For
It's good.
sure.
It's been a good time.
And I guess just like a final question is like for anyone that's watching, anyone that watches in the future, and even myself, like what are some ways that we can contribute to community of communities or anything that you are building?
Buy our book. I mean,
Send that link.
get involved. Community of communities.xyz / book.
That's it. That's the website, communities.xyz. But yeah, I mean,
If you wanna
joining
be
the
featured-
Telegram which is on our website. Checking out our spaces as well. Like I said, like you were saying before, we host spaces every Friday and Saturday, every single week, throughout every single year. And we feature different people. We do community walk-ins. If anyone's a project or you're someone that's doing something, or even a community member that wants to highlight something, then you can check out our spaces. They're completely free. We do it to help contribute towards Web3 and to grow this network and add, our value to the space. And you can join our Telegram as well via our website. And if you do want to check out the book, everything is on our website, communityofcommunities.xyz. And if you want the book specifically, it would be /book. And if you want to sign up to the spaces, because we have a short form we ask people to fill out, it's /X spaces.
Okay.
So that's how you can find all of our stuff.
Is
And
it,
thank you for
is
asking.
it not spaces? Isn't it just spaces / spaces?
X spaces.
Okay, cool. All right.
Yep, I see /
If I'm
X.
wrong, I apologize.
No, I have it on screen right now. It's / X spaces.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, so everyone, you heard it here. If you go over to communitiesofcommunities.xyz, sharing the website all over to all the chats. I know I shared the link or like the destination for the book.
Thank you.
And
Really do appreciate that. And how can we help add value to you and what you're doing?
I mean, it's I think to us, like, it is time. Time is like the most valuable commodity you could ever give. So it's like whether if it's like just popping into our Twitter space, saying hello, or like it would be like or even just building on Decentraland. And to tell you the truth, like, we will be there to support. We just let us know what's happening, when it's happening, and we will be there to support, of course, because like we really appreciate, like, communities coming together, the effort being made to, like, just even deploy onto your parcel and getting something going. Like it's a big contribution. And I know
awesome.
that,
and that's it as well. It's that we want to help, because of course we all can do something to help Decentraland be a success and continue for many years to come, especially with it being a place you enjoy. It's something that you can build, create memories and experiences, and businesses and entertainment. And that's one of the things that we really do see value in, is working together to help keep that growing and being known to more people. And one of the things that we all have access to is social media. So that's one of the beautiful things about the progression of community growth. Is what would you reckon would be more significant? One person with 1 million followers, or 1,000 people with 1,000 followers? So you can really make an impact together.
correct. And Graphical's saying 100% to what you've been saying.
Let's go. Appreciate that.
Yeah. All right. So I mean, I guess, like, any questions that you may have for me, or before we start to wind down here, or we wind down?
No, just thank you so much for giving us this this time to speak about who we are and what we're doing. We really do appreciate. There's a lot of people in the community that we truly believe in that have done amazing things that we really want to highlight and showcase and help support. And you guys are now a part of that as well. And as we progress on our journey, we can do the exact same thing. We can highlight you guys and what you're doing, and find people that are looking for a virtual home to come and build on Decentraland and check out what's already been built as well. And I just want to say a massive shout out to to our core team as well, Christy and Abbott, who did a lot of work on the book and our website and the smart contract, and Hangry Andy as well, who's got his own project, Hangry Animals, and Miss Evie as well, Z3, Crypto Tony, the Bacon Sandwich. Phenomenal people that have put a lot of time and energy in for half a decade. So
yes,
thank you for letting me say that.
Yo, Z, you are a legend, my friend. I've seen you pop into our community building Decentraland spaces for quite a while now. Just chilling, enjoying the conversations. And then when I met Rev over here, through your suggestion. You're a legend, dude. Thank you very much for bringing us together.
Z is a master connector.
Yeah,
there's a reason we've got a vast network.
Yes,
that's it. And there's so many people we could mention, around the community that do amazing things. So we're really excited to connect with you guys, because there's people in your community we're looking forward to meeting as well. Because we understand the amount of different people and skills, from web designers to 3D artists, 2D artists, content creators, people who built environments, projects. I imagine there's lots of NFT projects.
Z's actually here.
Yes, he is.
Yeah,
Z is actually on the stage.
Yeah, he's
What's up, Z?
Legend.
Oh, yeah, thanks for that, guys. I'm just lying in bed, chilling, listening to you guys.
Yeah, fair play for still being awake.
Big love, big love.
Always doing 4 things at once.
This time it's 2. He's listening to us in bed, half asleep, oh, I heard my name, what's up?
Yeah.
Any final thoughts you'd like to leave all our friends with tonight?
I just want to say, thanks for your time, guys. I hope you vibe with what we've got going on. We're surrounded by amazing, cool people. So if you're looking to expand your friend network within Web3, we can certainly help with that. We can connect you with some people doing amazing, noble things.
Yeah, absolutely. And there is a U-shaped gap in this world, and you'd be doing yourself and the world a disjustice to not fill it. So fill that U-shape.
I like that one.
Apologetically.
So good.
I like that one. Super cheesy though.
Oh, absolutely.
That's mega cheesy.
The
that
cheese.
Yeah,
I love
always
it though.
the case.
I love it. I live for this shit.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys. For real. Thank you for coming through. Thank you for. Rev. As far as I know about you, you are a father of 5, and you managed to. It is 2 a.m., 3 a.m. for you over there, and you're here in this space. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much. For both of you, for being here. Thank you. I guess that is a wrap for tonight's episode of Beyond the NFT.
Yeah, it's been amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Alrighty, everyone. As I mentioned, that is a wrap, and really appreciate every single one of you that have joined today and have come through La Cantina. Mew Mew loves you all, and stay tuned for next week's episode of Beyond the NFT, where we will be joined by Cannon Jones 973.
Let's go.
Yep, indeed.
Legends in the building.
Legend.
Yep. And I mean, I gotta give you guys the flowers. Like I met Cannon Jones through your space 2 weeks ago. After listening to his track that you guys played, I'm like I got okay, writing this name down. I'm gotta make sure to follow him. Notification bell on. Like
Yeah, you'll have to get a separate notepad just for the amount of legends there are
Yeah.
in and around the community. So I'm excited for that.
For
We'll have
sure.
a lot of fresh guests, so that's good.
So man, I know I'm just trying to finish this up, but like just a quick question popped into my mind. Even
go
though
for it.
you might not have one, it is if you could ask Cannon Jones anything, what would it be? But I think you may have already asked him since you've had him on your show.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it would probably be what does he do to be so driven? Because he's a very driven person, and you can see that he loves his craft. He puts a lot of time and energy into it. He's very experienced and skilled. So it would be what is his driving factor? So that's probably the question I would like to ask him that I didn't get the chance to ask him, but I'll probably ask him myself on Saturday when we feature him, but I won't tell you his answer, so you can ask him as well.
All right, sounds good. I'll pretend on that part. I'll just be like la la la. I can't hear anything because I'll most
La,
likely
la,
be
la,
at the space.
Yeah.
Alrighty,
Yeah,
got it written down, and I'll make sure to ask him that question next week.
Awesome.
Thank you guys. I really appreciate your time, and appreciate what you guys do in Web3.
Thank you.
Cheers, man. Cheers, guys.
Stake your link. Stake the link. Got some line. Stake it quick. Stake your link. road. Now you know. Stake your link.